Murder, She Watched contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised. Murder, She Watched is for entertainment purposes only. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Murder, She Watched, the podcast where we solve murders from our couches. When I see you, Amanda, I almost did a little Miss Recap intro.
I was a little confused. I was like, this is the wrong music. This is the wrong background. What's happening? I don't come over to Murder, She Watched too often, but I like being here when I get invited.
Guys, welcome. Amanda, welcome. I almost said, welcome, baby.
Welcome, baby.
Welcome, my friend.
Welcome, my friend. Welcome, baby. You can call me baby if you want it to be weird.
Okay,
you can.
Okay. Yeah, well,
welcome.
you know.
So as the music was playing, I was looking over at my other screen and my Hotmail was up, which is my junk mail. And I need to ask you a question of a popular culture piece of information that you may or may not be able to answer. But
you're going to ask me a pop culture question.
Sometimes you know things that I don't know.
Okay. Blind leading the blind here.
The BDFs and the couch detectives are going to laugh their asses off when they hear this question. Who is Spencer Pratt and why are we talking about him?
Okay, so what I know about Spencer Pratt is that he's mixed up with that Heidi person, and they were they on a Bravo show?
What Heidi person?
Heidi Montauk? Is that her name?
I don't know.
Okay, let's go. This is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous, but I need to know.
And he's running for mayor of LA, right?
Ah, that's why people are talking about him. Okay.
Heidi Montauk, yeah.
Yes.
Is his spouse.
Yes, they are married. He went to USC. He's unaffiliated party. And
they were on, so they were on The Hills.
Ah, okay.
With Lauren Conrad. Yeah.
Sure. I don't know who that is, but okay.
Yeah. So that's why we're talking about him.
Okay.
I know nothing about him.
I've just seen his name popping up and I'm like, why do I know? Why should I care about this person? Now I know.
Well,
I don't really care about him, but
here's the thing. I see a lot of fighting about him and I don't want to get involved in that.
No. We don't need extra fights.
Guys, we are here today to talk about the Gilgo Beach Killer House of Secrets put out a follow-up episode 4, after Rex Heuermann pled guilty.
Correct.
And I guess the filmmakers were like, we need to go back and get some footage with this wife because we need to see if she has, I don't know, come to reality yet.
The answer is no.
The answer is no.
She's a little bit more in reality. A little bit. But
she's further along than she was.
But she's not there.
But when you need a literal team of therapists to follow you around and try to convince you that your husband, who stood up in a court of law and
looked
said,
you in the eyes in a private room and said, I did this.
Yes. Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't know.
I had forgotten about, and I still find so fascinating, her just clinging so hard to this idea that a family man wouldn't do this.
Family men do this all the time. It's called family annihilation too.
Yeah.
Not only are they murderers, but they kill their families too.
Family men, family women, family people do fucked up shit all the time. Is this not a barrier of safety because you're a family person? But I just think it speaks so loudly to her own trauma of just having to hold on to the idea that once you're in a family, you're safe.
Yeah. Yeah. And I understand, like, you know, you and I are both married. We love and trust our husbands. Like, if we found out tomorrow that they were like killing people,
it would take me a minute to catch up.
I would really need to wrestle with that. But I think I'd would believe it if I saw the court, him standing in court saying he did it.
Right. Repeatedly.
If they had his DNA, I think I would believe it.
Yeah.
I'm not an OJ juror. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to believe it.
But honestly, if this were my spouse, I do believe, as I'm sitting here in a total abstract situation, right? And I think I'm also a more emotionally healthy person than Asa Ellerup. But at first I might not believe it. But once you're showing me the DNA,
yeah,
I'm like, okay, I believe this because I
Yeah.
believe science.
Right. Because he's not even, it's not like he's saying to her, it's not like the Delphi murder situation where the husband's telling the wife, like, despite all of this evidence, this is not me. I swear to you, blah, 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 blah. He sits her down in this episode and says, I did
I
this.
did this.
Okay, well,
It's
let's go
wild.
through
Okay,
it.
let's go through it.
Episode 4 has been released 2026. So it starts on April 8th, 2026, 33 months after Rex Heuermann's arrest. Have we been almost 3 years out?
Yeah, it's nuts. I did not realize it had been that long because I was a very late comer to the Long
So
Island
was
serial
I.
killer. Very, very late.
I shouldn't say that. I read the book, The Lost Girls, when it came out,
Yeah, no,
but that was
I
it.
was really late to it. Todd
Yeah.
had like really never heard of it because he was watching this with me and he was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, why don't I know about this?
Mm-hmm.
Because I do feel like it wasn't one that got a ton of attention.
Because it happened over such a long span of time.
Yes, the one smart thing he did do was really space out what he was doing.
Yeah. So now remember, Asa said he would have to tell me himself if he did that in order for me to believe it. That is what she said.
Correct.
At the end of episode 3. By the way, her name is Asa Ellerup. The other day I called her Aesop, like the Fables.
Not the same, but I see how you get there very easily.
Yeah. I have a note for newscasters when you're talking about this case. Do we have to include that all these women were sex workers? Like, could we just say they were women who were killed?
Women. They were women who were murdered by a deranged serial killer.
I
don't
mean,
care.
Maybe there's a way that you can say that they were vulnerable, but you
Right.
don't have to sex shame them.
No, I don't care if they were the CEO of Amazon or if they did nothing all day, every day, but whatever. These were women with value because they were human beings.
Yes, I agree. So we jump back 8 months before the plea and we meet Bob Macedonio. I think that's how you say his name. He's a family lawyer and he is a criminal defense lawyer. And 48 hours after Rex's arrest, he was hired by Asa, Rex's wife. The press was harassing her. I'll never forget that. Remember in episode, like, I think it was
They're like
episode
barbecuing in their front yard and people are just screaming at them.
And she's like flipping people off on the porch.
Well,
which I would be too.
I would be too. I'd be like, this would be the ultimate get off my lawn. But remember, we were like, she's going to sell the house. She's going to get rid of it. It's got to be demolished. First of all, she is sitting in the squalor of that house constantly.
I can't.
Oh, that house looks so never mind what happened in that house, just the current shape of it. I couldn't.
I would live in a cardboard box before I would live in that house.
Same.
I'm sure if this woman came out and said, I am also, not in the same way, but I'm also a victim of Rex's.
Sure.
Right? I need a GoFundMe to get me out of this house.
Yeah.
And she divorced him and she was like doing, like, really advocating for the victims, families and stuff like that. Like these families of these victims, these women are so amazing. They would welcome this woman if she turned on him sufficiently and came into their fold. And I'm sure that we could get a GoFundMe to raise, I don't know, maybe $25,000 to get her an apartment for a year. So she'd get the fuck out of this house, especially for her daughter.
She doesn't want to get the fuck out of that house.
That's the thing. She doesn't want to.
No, she wants to sleep in the room where he did this.
Okay. So Bob says, my office provided 360 care for this family. A lawyer, therapist, everything. The money was completely dried up and he supported them and Victoria because Victoria lost the job. Like Bob's doing everything. He's like, I took this family under my wing.
Bob's a fucking angel for these people.
Asa has no job.
Nope.
Victoria's working with Rex and they shut down the firm. And I don't know what the son does. Unclear.
And I mean, we talked about this the first time we covered it. We've talked about other things, the BTK killer to hurt his daughter talks about it a lot. Like you're a child of one of these people. It is real fucking hard to separate yourself from them.
Yeah. I don't know how you do it.
I mean, Victoria would have to change her name.
And
then if she's trying to get a job doing the work that she did with her dad, someone's going to ask, where did you work before? It's heartbreaking. Her life is so inextricably It made so much more challenging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob says, I brought in Allison Winter, a psychotherapist. We trust her. She's good with the family. She says she got the call and it was rough. The whole family was destroyed, but Allison specializes in family. I love this. If I
do
was a
too.
therapist, this is what I would specialize in: family work.
Uh-huh.
Like the parts of the family and
Yeah.
how they go together and your role in the family. I love all of this stuff. So she said, I had to also treat Rex because he's part of the family unit. You know what I mean? And his role in it and everything. So we get a black screen of death, and Allison and her clients, Rex, Asa, and Victoria, have all agreed to waive their HIPAA rights.
I don't know if I would do this, but they chose
to speak openly for the documentary. Allison also agreed to share her notes and voice memo. And I just wrote, wow, this is something.
This is something. And can it be helpful for future families and stuff like that? Possibly.
Maybe.
I mean, we're going to learn a lot.
I'm just going to give a Murder, She Watched pro tip here. Don't ever waive your HIPAA rights. Ever.
No.
Ever.
It's one thing if you want to get up there and say, this is what I want to say with my own voice and my own chest.
Sure. Like it's going to come back to haunt you in some way. I don't like it. Back in 2024, 10 months after the arrest, Rex told Allison that he sat his lawyers down and said, I'm tired of all of this and I want to confess. So this was really interesting the way they did this, because we're seeing all the behind the scenes that led up to the courtroom appearance where we heard him speak for the first time, and it was bone chilling because he's such a monster.
Yeah.
He gets a proffer agreement, which is where he can tell law enforcement stuff without it being used in the trial against him. And Bob says, you're doing life in jail. That won't change. You're going to jail for the rest of your life. But there is a benefit to the plea. You're sparing the victims the trial and details. I don't think he gives a fuck about that. This guy's a monster. And you're also protecting your family from hearing what an asshole you are.
Yes.
Bing.
And that's the piece that gets him.
That's what
how
I think.
Asa sees him is so important to him.
Yeah, but he also treats her like shit. It's wild.
It's wild. But she still worships him.
Right. And that's the power dynamic he's comfortable with.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. One of the conditions Rex had in order to take the plea was that he would meet with Asa and Victoria privately. We don't get a lot of mention of Christopher here.
Well, that's not his son.
Right. But he raised him.
He did. But who knows how much Christopher wants to be involved in this?
That's true. Christopher might be like,
Christopher's like, I got a different last name.
I'm peacing out.
To be out of this a little bit.
August 20th.
Last name. I want to make sure I'm actually saying that before that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure. August 2025, Asa shows up at Bob's office. Allison says, Rex owes you the truth. You need to hear it. You need to grow and heal from it. And Asa says, I need to hear it from his mouth. Okay. Do you have an answer?
Yeah, no, Christopher has a different last name.
Okay, good.
Sheridan.
Good. Allison says, as long as he was going to keep lying to her, I was never going to get anywhere because he has such a hold over her. And she was never going to be able to move on. Allison says it's taken 2 years and 1 month to get to this moment. Asa's nervous. She has questions to ask. She needs to know, did you kill these women?
Amy, yes. I'm calling on you.
I'm going to say yes.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
In fact.
I'm going to say because there's DNA linking him.
There's a lot of proof before he even opened his damn mouth.
But anyway, she tells the camera, it's so hard to accept that I was married for almost 30 years to a serial killer. Yeah, I get it.
I'm sure it is.
Okay, trial prep. We see a little bit of this. They're going to have 100 witnesses across a bunch of states. Gloria Allred even shows up, and we talked about that when we covered it, to advocate for the victims. Ray Tierney, the DA, is like, we have a fuck ton of evidence. Like, we don't need a plea here. That'd be great, but you're going away forever.
We're fine to take this to trial.
And
we're not nervous about it at all.
They have terabytes of evidence, and I know nothing about tech, but that sounds like a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Terabytes are 1,000 times a gigabyte, I think.
Okay,
it's a lot.
That's
a lot. It's a fuck ton of data.
Remember, his lawyer Michael Brown wanted at least 5 trials.
Right.
This was going to cost this county a fortune.
Yes.
Jesus. So this is happening publicly. Publicly, they're talking about these trials and everything as the plea negotiation is happening privately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Asa returns from the meeting. We don't get to see it. I wanted to see it.
I know.
Listen
Me
to me.
too.
Don't waive your HIPAA rights. And I'm like, can we be in on your therapy session?
I'm not saying we're consistent. I'm fine with that.
So she says, I put up a wall. I called him Mr. Heuermann. She says he told her he killed 8 women. And they're both like, Bob and Allison are like, what?
What?
Because
We
he
only know about 7.
confessed to 7.
Right. What?
Like they know he killed more, but they're like, what?
What? Who's 8?
Mm-hmm. Allison gently asks her, do you believe him now? And Asa says, I do. But Bob is less gentle. And he goes, do you think he only married you to control you? Bob,
calm down. Bob, I'm going to need you to take a chill pill.
And she says, I hope not. But Allison says he did say that he could not control his first wife, and that's why he divorced her.
Yeah.
So Rex told Asa that he killed Sandra Castilla. I never say her name right. I'm sorry. His first victim in his Dodge truck before they got married. He told her he killed some of these women most of the women in their home.
Mm-hmm.
He told her he dismembered them.
Yeah.
She says he told me he didn't mean to kill them. And Allison jumps in and goes, is that what you heard? Pro tip. When your therapist says, quote, is that what you heard? End quote, you're wrong.
Yes.
You're wrong.
Yes.
She goes, he told you he planned and killed each one.
Mm-hmm. And she can't hear it.
She can't hear it.
It's fascinating. It's heartbreaking and fascinating. She literally cannot hear it.
No. So now there's this whole thing with when they got married, and this was a little muddy to me. I couldn't really tell what was going on here. They got married in Sweden in 1996, but then Rex joins them 2 weeks. So it sounds like maybe Asa and Chris went ahead.
They went ahead to do all the planning and just to be there because she wasn't working. So they could go for as long as she wanted.
Okay.
So she took her kid. He was home alone for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Does his little...
So Home Alone, unlike Macaulay Culkin, just setting up like a
booby traps.
hijinks and booby traps. This guy's murdering people.
Correct.
Okay. All right. The producer's talking to Allison, and he goes through the timeline for Karen Vagata. Ace and Chris flew to Sweden, and Rex stayed behind and killed Karen, then flies to Sweden and gets married to Asa.
Yeah, as you do.
Wow. Allison says she believes this murder made him more comfortable in killing, and it was the pivot point. So, in other words, I think what they're trying to say is he killed Sandra Castilla in sort of like a heat of the moment in his truck, didn't have it really super planned out. But Karen Vagata, he really took his time. He was in the house with her. This was a turning point because this was, and they talk about this later. Like there's a ritual to it. There's the
planning before, the
playtime after, which is so fucking gross and dark.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a fucked up man.
This man, he just needs to be dropped off a cliff.
Yeah.
And
we don't need him anymore.
Rex calls Asa, and you could hear it recorded. Were you like leaning in?
Yes.
With these phone calls?
I was, but you also knew he wasn't going to say anything.
Right.
Really interesting.
He's too smart.
He's too smart. This is where I was thinking about the deep dive you and Kyla just did about Mackenzie, Sharilla, and her mom speaking in some like weird gibberish. You're like, why don't these two have some gibberish going on?
Right.
But I don't, I'm not sure she could handle gibberish.
No. The casualness of him calling her like, hey, how are you, dear?
The way he says dear to her like creeps
I'd be
me
like,
out.
don't ever fucking call me again.
No.
What are you doing?
No. And
she tells him we're on speaker, and she asks him, when was the first planned event? I had gone in hand with a wedding dress to Sweden, and you were meeting me two weeks later. Allison jumps in. She explains to Rex that she is trying to help Asa process the planning. And Allison kind of does this thing where And I'm not saying this is bad. I mean, Allison does what she needs to do to get this guy to talk.
Yeah.
But she like gives him a permission structure almost to
Yes.
like, well, maybe were there stressors in your life that precipitated the killing?
Right.
Like in 96, like, you know, you had a pregnant wife and you were getting married. And he says, can I say I had a crazy pregnant wife? Am I right? No, dude.
No.
You're on trial for murder of 8 women. Shut the fuck up. You don't get to make cute husband jokes.
No. My crazy pregnant wife were all the stories my dad used to tell about having to get up at 2:00 in the morning to go buy Bazooka bubble gum.
Right.
That's my
Right.
crazy wife. Am I right? Like, going on a murder spree is not the same.
And she's not the crazy one here.
No.
So he laughs and goes, I'm kidding, dear. Fuck off.
Fuck the deer. It just and I think part of why it bugs me so much is because my father-in-law calls my mother-in-law dear a lot, and it's very sweet.
Yeah,
that's his term of endearment for her.
Yeah.
So just to hear somebody this creepy using it, it's like it upsets me.
Asa doesn't want to scare him off. He's like, I've known you since 1981, honey. I'm not scared off yet. Allison worries Asa will never be able to let Rex go out of her heart because she saw the man who saved her from trauma.
Ding, 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 ding. That's
and
all
then
this is.
Then we get her backstory. She was born in, quote, Allison says, nobody wanted her.
That's heartbreaking.
She was adopted into an American family, but always felt less than. There was abuse, neglect. She went from one trauma to the other. Yes, they're setting all the trauma in her life has set her up to be, quote unquote, rescued by someone who could manipulate the fuck out of her.
Yep. And he did.
Mm-hmm. Asa says her dad traveled a lot and she feels like no one was really watching out for her.
Mm-hmm.
So in her words, she says she ended up getting, quote, molested by a boy in her neighborhood. I don't know what that entails. She didn't go into detail.
No.
She says she couldn't escape. She quit school early, shortly after, and tried to take her own life.
It's heartbreaking what this woman has gone through in her life.
And then she says, if anyone knows about what bad men could do, it would be me.
Yeah. What this woman has gone through in her, I mean, it all becomes very clear. Like we can sit here and like joke. We're not joking, but we could sit there and look.
We could sit here and be amazed at why she's not picking this up,
right? But then you look at her backstory. Yeah, she was built for this.
Yeah,
it's heartbreaking.
Allison says when she met Asa was broken. She was in shock. She was in denial. She had some real strong cognitive dissonance. She was putting stock in what she had to believe. Mm-hmm. She believed he was the one person she could call when she needed something in her entire life.
It's hard. Oh, God.
Allison doesn't know if Asa will ever really accept this.
I don't think she will.
Mm-hmm. What about the daughter? What are your thoughts on Victoria?
I think there's hope for her, but she's got to get the fuck away from her mother.
I know, but now she's the only one her mother has.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think for Victoria to have a healthy life, and I think she could.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we look again, but going back to and I always forget her name, the woman who's the daughter of the BTK. Like, she's built a happier life for herself.
Is her name Carrie?
Carrie, yes, Carrie is her name.
Yeah.
She's built a happier life for herself.
Mm-hmm.
But first of all, her mother isn't sitting here going, I'm not sure he did this thing.
Carrie Rawson.
That's part of it.
Right.
But for Victoria to get out of this, she has to get away from her mother, or her mother has to fully accept it. One of these two things have to happen.
Yeah. And then we don't know Christopher's role in all of this.
We don't.
So Victoria meets with him. She says, she felt humiliated. She felt sad. She said she's tired of other people writing her story. She wants to own it. She says she was in complete shock, blindsided, and hurt. And we don't get a ton of details about this, but she does say, walking into that room, I saw my dad, not the monster.
Yeah.
In many ways, I feel for children, this is way harder than spouses.
I agree.
There's a whole fucked up level of being the child of one of these men.
There's a whole thing that happens. And I can speak to this obviously on a seriously different playing field.
Sure.
But of having a challenging relationship with a parent, but still wanting them to be your parent and to be your dad or your
Mhm.
mom or whoever it
Mhm.
is. And
Mhm.
then seeing them, he's in a vulnerable state. He's incarcerated. I'm sure he had chains on his wrists, all of that.
Yeah.
Walking into this room and then seeing your daddy.
Yeah, and by all accounts,
He
he
was a good
was a
dad.
good father.
Yeah.
Which, Carrie Rawson says that about her father too.
Yeah.
It's so fucked up
It's such a mind
because they
fuck.
just compartmentalize.
Yes.
So he told her the others were all in the house in his childhood bedroom, which they now call the kill room, in the
Mhm.
basement. One of them was killed in their bed, he and Asa's bed.
Oh my God.
Victoria asked him about the planning document from 2000. And what he told her is that he was hoping it would be a distraction to curb the urge to kill further.
Mhm.
I don't know if I believe that.
I don't either.
He did say he took 2 pictures, but he burned them. He also said, Amanda, and this is a callback to Love After Lockup, demons got him.
When the demons got him.
When the demons got you.
It's funny on Love After Lockup. It's
Not funny here. No.
No.
He told her that he kept his 2 lives completely separate.
And I believe that.
Now we see her sage in the house, and I'm just like, you're going to need a fuck ton of sage. You're going to need to like just fill the whole basement with sage and light the house on fire.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't believe there's enough sage on the planet to clear this out.
Like 7 women were brutally murdered there.
Yeah, buying a bundle of sage from World Market isn't going to do it.
He calls Allison again. She puts him on speaker. She says, I'm here with your daughter. He says, yeah, I have a lot of mixed emotions. Asa gets on this call. Christopher gets on this call. And there's this weird dynamic because this is the first time we see them as a family.
Mm-hmm.
And Rex is like, it's the misogyny coming through, of course, where he's like, Christopher, you know how to talk. These women don't really know how to talk.
No, it's so weird.
So maybe you can say something because they're just going to sit there and stare at each other for 20 minutes. Am I right, women?
Ugh.
Really, dude?
Gross.
Like, we know you hate women. We got it from the murder of all those women.
Right. You don't think of women as people. We got it. It's clear.
But this is
next level.
And if you're Asa, how are you sitting? No, let's even go with Victoria. If you're Victoria, how are you not like, you know what? Fuck off.
Right. I could speak. Thank you very much, fuckface.
So Rex told Allison by the last kill, he wasn't getting the same high from it. And that's why he stopped doing it. And she believes, and remember, the family of Shannon Gilbert, specifically her mother, Mary, R.I.P., who really was just
heartbreaking.
She was a dog with a bone with this, like would not let it die. And she fought so hard to keep the case in the press. That's eventually how he got caught. But Allison's like, I think that was, he knew he was going to get caught. That's why he stopped.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Then 14 years ago, the killings were discovered and again knew he would get caught. Allison says he told her he gets to know people pretty intimately. And that's when he liked to kill. Like he felt vulnerable and then he had to kill them. So in other words, he would pick up these women.
Right.
He would do whatever he had to do with them, put himself in what he perceived to be a vulnerable state of mind with them. And then decided they had to go.
Right. Because he couldn't have somebody vulnerable around.
It was a 4-day plan. He said day 1 is the prep where he cleans. Day 2, he's with the victim, which was always enjoyable. And he was kind until the murder. Then it was a lot of postmortem playtime. I don't like this. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like saying that phrase. I don't like thinking about it. Let's just continue on.
And that was the night that he would get rid of them. Day 3 was the cleanup. And then day 4 left over in case of any emergencies. Again, this man needs to be dropped off a cliff.
Oh, that's too kind.
I agree. He was trying to perfect his process. So he would time himself to see if he could beat it. Like, stop.
Yeah. And I don't believe in the death penalty, but
sometimes I do. So she shares notes from her session with Rex about his childhood. And she says she doesn't remember much. She says his childhood was very strict and domineering and loud and nothing was right. So we get conflicting accounts of Rex's childhood from Asa and Allison. because Allison, so I'll let you guys decide who you think is more accurate here. Asa says, let's start with Asa. Rex wanted to join the Air Force because his dad was a vet, but he was dyslexic, so he couldn't do it. But his dad was a hero worship. And Rex's veteran hero father died when he was 12. Allison says his father was extremely critical of him, and that manifested into Rex's methodical nature and his OCD and obsessiveness. And the producer says, was he a mama's boy? Asa says Dolores was not hard on him. She had 5 children and she was proud of him. Allison says Dolores wasn't emotionally available. She didn't allow him to process his grief, even when his father died, and he pretty much raised himself.
Ding, ding,
So
ding.
I don't know who's right. I feel like Allison might have a better read on the situation.
Agreed.
Just because she's a more reliable narrator at this point.
She is, and she's not emotionally tied to whatever the truth is in the way that Asa is. Asa has to maintain this lore around this person.
Mm-hmm.
It's so baked into who she is, how she sees him and how she relates to him is so tied to her own sense of self and self-worth that she can't see him clearly. Even he's telling her, I did this, and she's like, Allison, on the other hand, can take what he's telling her and distill it down with a therapeutic lens. Obviously, she's going to look at it differently and go, oh, this is how this makes sense.
Yeah. Rex told Allison he was having unhealthy thoughts since high school. He wasn't aware of what it meant, but he knew it wasn't right. He became obsessed with porn and dissection and medical books. Those are 3 interests that don't go well together.
No. And I want us to be clear here that if you have a child out there who's like, I'm really interested in medical textbooks and things like that because I want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
That's not
different.
necessarily a problem.
Or if you're a young person and you're watching porn, that's not necessarily a problem either. But depending on your age, I just want to be very clear.
But we're starting to weave these things together, and we're weaving the sexual release to the And if he's doing this at a real young age, these wires are getting set up this way.
Yeah,
that he can't get out of it.
No. We do get this interesting little bit here where Allison goes to meet with John Douglas, the famous criminal profiler. I love this.
I would like a whole episode of just these two chatting.
He wrote Mindhunter. I loved Mindhunter. I'm sure you did too, the series.
Yep.
Rex is real into this book. Even quoted it to Allison quite a few times. So she's hoping that John Douglas can help her get to the root of Rex's fantasies.
Yes.
So John explains that these very high-level serial killers are almost impossible to polygraph because in their minds, they're not doing anything wrong. And I thought that was fascinating.
That is fascinating. I mean, that's
the George Costanza method.
Right.
You just convince yourself it's the truth and you can, believe any lie.
And this is part of what's wrong or what's challenging around polygraphs.
Yeah.
Because, there's a lot that goes into it. It's not just, are you telling the truth or not?
Right.
So,
right. And he said he worked on BTK Killer, as we know. And he says the cases are similar, but Dennis Rader probably would have been jealous of Rex Heuermann because he had all this space in this kill room and all this time to do what he wanted to do. And that's what these guys want. He talks about how they hunt for preferential victims, and that is the case. And so a lot of people, when you see this case on its surface, a lot of people are like, well, if this guy's a murderer, why didn't he kill his wife? His wife didn't fit what he wanted to kill.
No.
Like they have a certain preference that they like to go after.
Yeah. And I also think he chose women that he thought no one would care about.
Yeah. Throwaway women in his mind.
Well, his wife's not throwaway.
He did not meet their families because they did not let that happen.
No, but his wife to him isn't throwaway. These other women were throwaway.
Allison says Rex keeps saying it's not about the women, that he got a lot of self-gratification post-mortem. He says his kill room being his childhood bedroom was a comfort zone. She tells John Douglas he's definitely a psychopath. There has to be, she goes, there has to be something connected to his childhood, maybe sexually, some kind of trauma there. He knows what it is, but he's like not ready to confess it or talk about it. And John says he probably began these fantasies in his teen years, so it makes sense that he gets a special kind of delight carrying them out in his childhood bedroom.
Yep, agreed. So dark.
He says fantasy is huge for these guys and they can never be free of the urge. It's about anger, control, and rage. John also does not believe he started killing at 30.
I don't either.
He says there might be cases he doesn't want to admit to, like where he had property in South Carolina because he could get the death penalty. And remember, we talked about those 2 cases down there where, I mean, in Julianne Beeb's case, I think that's how you say her name. It's Beeab. Her daughter saw a picture of Rex and said, that's the guy my mother was with.
Yeah.
And you can't mistake him. That's the one thing that this guy.
He's a unique looking person.
He's
really
so
is big and so.
It's the night before the plea deal, and I can't tell where they are. I can't tell if they're in the Heuermann home or in Allison's home. Like, I don't know where they are. But production asks Asa and Victoria if they can forgive Rex. And Victoria says, yeah, I think I can.
Wow. And let's talk about this. What does forgiveness look like?
Well, and she says, to be fair to Victoria, she says, I don't feel like I can move forward until I do.
And I get that.
Maybe she's conflating forgiveness with acceptance. Like, I accept that this happened.
Yes.
Because forgiveness is, that's tough.
And if you use kind of the definition that Oprah talked about, all that is like forgiveness is coming to a place where you accept that the past can't be any different than what it was.
Yeah.
And if we're using that definition of forgiveness, then yes, maybe she does forgive him. She's accepted the past is never going to have changed. This is what happened.
Yeah. Asa's like, well, it's not my place to forgive him. God is the judge here. And Allison looks at her like, are you fucking serious right now? Do I have to start from square one?
Do you think Allison developed a drinking problem through all of this?
Yes.
For every day she had to be like.
It really has the energy of David Rudolph and Michael Peterson.
Oh, yeah.
Like, like, you're not getting it, dude. So they're going to go to court and Bob is asking them how they feel. They have no idea how they feel. The press asks them questions. Bob says Asa is not responding to anything today. The press is like, they're really hammering hard on them. And I don't blame them. I get it. Either. Today is the day where they're going to learn how many trials they are. So I thought that they were going for the plea, but today's a different day. 2 hours later, Ray Tierney has a press conference and Asa and Victoria are there.
Yeah.
They're going to try all the victims together. The press says there's a lot of rumors he's going to plead guilty. Ray's like, I don't know anything about that. Afterwards, Rex calls Asa during a confessional. So she's doing an in the moment interview and Rex calls on the phone. He says, hi, dear. I know there's a lot to understand. Don't sweat over that. I know I can't answer a lot of questions right now because we're on a recorded line. And she goes, yeah, but you will in the future, right? I have patience. I can wait. And she's like laughing with him. Like, I know you always said I didn't have patience, but what is happening?
She's so deluded, Amy.
Like, she's saying, here's where I struggle with her. She's saying, I believe him.
But I don't think she does in her heart of hearts.
So now what you're telling us is you believe him, but you've chosen to stay with him because she only divorced him for financial issues. Let's be very clear.
Yeah. No. She, in her heart of hearts, I think she's still married to him.
Wow. He's like, I realized I forgot to say goodnight. And she's like, you didn't? Well, good night. Good night, my dear. Stop. Stop. I can only imagine, Amanda, what the victims' families feel watching this.
I know.
I would be in such a fucking rage. I have empathy for almost everyone on the planet, but I can't find empathy here in moments like this.
No, it's really hard.
Like, at least like Timmy will, I don't know, forget something at the store and I'm more angry at him than she is here.
Yes.
It's ridiculous. April 2026, Rex is going to plead guilty. He's serving 3 consecutive life sentences. I can't speak. And then 425 to like he's going away forever. He's going to be gone forever.
There's no universe in which he's not going to die in prison.
But as part of this, he must cooperate with the behavioral analysis unit of the FBI.
Good.
Let's study that brain.
And I think for men like Rex Heuermann, he's going to get off on it.
Oh, you're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. At the press conference after, the press is hammering Asa. How did you not know? How did you not know? And I don't think she knew. And I think
really
that's an unfair question. And that's where I struggle with her. Like, okay, you know now.
Right.
Now
but I don't think she knew at the time. I really don't.
No, I don't either.
I don't think she even remotely suspected this.
Because if she did, she would be more likely to be like, yeah, I believe this. I saw it coming.
Yeah.
So he's going to be sentenced on June 17th, 2026.
Mm-hmm.
We see Ray Tierney with a lot of the victims' family members, which is lovely. The family speak. It's so heartbreaking. Okay, let's talk about the end of this documentary because this is what everyone's talking about.
Oh, my God.
We end with Asa going down into the basement, and we get a black screen of death that says 1 month before the plea, Asa began sleeping in the remodeled basement room where 7 of the victims were brought, 3 of whom were dismembered.
What?
She says it's been completely remodeled. Amanda, that place has not been remodeled.
And I don't care.
Okay, right. Why am I hung up on this stupid shit?
There's putting down some new hardwoods and some paint isn't changing this.
I don't know why I'm hung up on. No, it is not remodeled. How dare you? How dare you say that's been painted?
Who cares? There is no level of trading spaces shit that can come in here and make me ever want to be in this space.
This place is a fucking pigsty. It's a hoarder's paradise.
Todd at first, because he was half paying attention and he definitely did not realize it was her when he saw this. He's like, is she some sort of like clairvoyant person trying like medium thinking, how sometimes they'll throw someone in there and be like, this is the room where it happened. What do you feel? I'm like, no, is this his wife?
Jesus.
This is what tells me is this woman is irrevocably broken. And I don't like to think that way of people. And I don't mean broken and she's a bad person, but that she will never get out of this. She wants to be closer to him in any way she can.
Production asks, why is she sleeping here? And she says, because I feel spiritual. And I'm trying to say in my spiritual way that I'm really sorry for what these victims went through. No, you're not.
No.
Honey, Asa, come closer. Here's how you let the victims' families know that you're sorry. You hold a press conference and you say, I am sorry.
Right.
You didn't do anything and you don't owe them and I'm sorry. But you can say, I'm so sorry that this happened to your loved ones. And I'm so sorry that, what can I do? Like, how can I you don't even have to hold a press conference. Go knock on their door and say, I am here. I am sorry. Let me help you.
Put out a press release.
Jesus
You've got a whole team of people that would help you do it. You could do that and then say, I'm not going to live in the room where your family was murdered and dismembered.
Right. How about we raise the house? Take it down.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be there anymore. It is a house of horrors. The name of this series is apropos. This is a house of horrors.
She says,
get rid of it.
This will haunt her and there will never be justice and no one will ever forget about this. Well, they would if you started forgetting about it.
Yeah.
And not forgetting about it. I don't mean it that way, but like they could all start to heal.
Move forward.
If you would agree to destroy the fucking house, stop defending him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. She wants to get to know Amanda, the other side of Rex.
No.
Why
you don't, girl?
Do this? What were his triggers? She says, I'm processing information in a very different way because now I see the evil in him. And she begins flipping through photos of the victims that she has by her Hello Kitty bedspread.
Okay, first of all, the fact that we are a grown ass person and we have a Hello Kitty bedspread tells me a lot about this woman's mental state.
I mean, look, Hello Kitty is literally catnip for Gen X women. I
understand that. I
I
love me some
cannot walk
Hello
by
Kitty.
a Hello Kitty anything and resist it.
Mm-hmm.
But it would never be my bedding.
No, it wouldn't.
Jesus.
At most, I'd have a
Production-
Hello Kitty like pillow, like the head pillow. At
Yes.
most.
Yes.
But mostly, if I'm going to be a Hello Kitty girly, I've got it on a notepad.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Production, I like the way they ended this. They were playing the words of the victims' families over each picture as Asa's going through everything. And that's it. Like, that's where we end. And it makes me, here's what makes me the most angry about this whole situation. And this is nobody's fault.
Okay.
But I'm angry because by her being this way that she is, where have we focused all of our attention? On her and not on the victims not on their families. Like, how about, and I understand this was about him in the house. So like,
and
this
almost
episode
not even on
sense,
him,
but
almost not even on him.
Like, I want to know what is the aftermath of his conviction and stuff for the families. I hope we get a follow-up to that.
I do too.
Maybe that would be a different, like, because there was the documentary. Was it Gone Girls?
Yeah, you covered that with Rebecca, I think.
Yeah.
A million years ago.
So maybe that would be part of that because it's more about the case. But this fucking woman.
Yeah, it's there.
I'm telling you right now, I would sneak in there and burn that house down if my loved one was, if my daughter was murdered and dismembered in that basement. You can rest assured these people better never leave that house because I'm going to be waiting outside and I'm just going to flick my cigarette in there.
Right. I'm going to throw
let it burn.
Little gasoline on there. Take care of it. I have a lot of empathy for Asa. I do.
Sure, I do too.
She clearly has had a horrifically challenging,
I do too.
Traumatic life. And to find out after all of the trauma she grew up with to then marry somebody and be in yet all of that. I have empathy for that. But girl, you need to do the healing, and sleeping in this room is not that healing.
And it doesn't have to be either or, right? Like, you can be like, you don't have to pick a side.
No.
The victims deserve 100% of our empathy and all of that. But she gets some of it too.
Agreed.
And I was, you know, I had more empathy up to the sleeping in the bedroom. I'm going to be very honest.
Yeah. Once that happened, I was like, okay.
And then she's trying to say it's for the victims. That feels gross to me. I don't
so
like
you
it.
can be closer to him.
Yes. Yeah. All right, my friend. We said it all. This was just a quick update. I'm glad they put this out because a lot of people were curious as to what was going on here. But and I think production tried to weave in some stuff about the victims like as they could.
I agreed. But wow, this woman needs so much help. So much help.
I thought I was delusional about some shit.
Wow. No, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right, guys. If you enjoy our show, please consider sharing it with a friend who loves true crime and watches murder shows on their own and would enjoy hearing some people talk about it.
Yes.
If you want to get more content, you can join our $8 tier. It's called Murder Club, and Kyla and I are doing Making a Murderer over there, which
it's great.
Amanda, I need therapy over that.
Okay.
Can I go into Janet next week and just be like, can we talk about Brendan Dassey?
Yes.
Because I need to.
Yeah. What happened to Brendan Dassey is so fucked up.
And then Becca and I are talking about, we're hanging out at the GW Zoo.
Tiger King.
Which,
so good.
Wow. I want all things Joe Exotic delivered to my screen.
I showed Todd the youngest couch detective.
Oh,
in
yes.
Joe Exotic garb, and he was howling laughing.
Yes.
He's like, that's the cutest thing I may have ever seen.
Yes. Guys, if you want to connect with other couch detectives, join our Facebook group. Link is in the show notes. Someone just shared their 6-month-old couch detective with us, and it's chef's kiss. Perfect. Yeah.
Cutie patootie.
All right. And Amanda and I are over on Little Miss Recap almost daily, solving cults, talking about the Browns, talking about the Platts. So, like, if that's your vibe and you want to catch us over there, you can find Little Miss Recap anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Yes.
We just did the vow.
Yes, we did. And it was so good.
It was so good. All right, everyone. Thank you. Amanda, thank you.
Amy, thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.